Hello there and welcome to another Cosmoconscious Academy video. I'm Hafa and I help you wake up to who you are and to the cosmic reality that is and has always been around us. To the reality, actually, that has always been around us. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing something with you. It's going to be about an astral projection experience, but also there's going to be more content. And at first, I was wondering if I should share it with you or not, but then I kind of realized the importance of sharing it with you, because we're all here temporarily, so we'll pass away one day. And what I've been seeing in the astral realm is something that not many people seem to be noticing, because it's kind of pretty well disguised, in my opinion. And I really think it is important. I think you deserve to know the truth. And of course, I'm not going to be telling you that there are only places like that in the astral realm, because it is not true. I'm talking about some specific places that are how should I say, like they exist. It's happening right now. And these places, they are not placed in on higher dimensions, their vibration is low. But a bunch of people pass away. And they keep living, because life is not only this life, they're still alive in another dimension, right? So they keep living their lives in these dimensions, and as their awareness level is low, they're being like, some people, they even think that they're kind of happy, they're so distracted. But when you zoom out, you know that there are beings that are taking advantage of their unconsciousness. And that's what I've been seeing. So I have many experiences, and I'm going to be teaching you. I already have some videos on astral projection if you want to watch them, but I'm planning to, I'm going to release a course soon that talks a little bit about astral projection, and it's very complete. But I'm planning to, after releasing this course, that it's almost ready, I'm gonna release an astral projection course, because I think it is important as well. But you can start studying, I think it really is something important, because life is not only, this life. We can be multidimensionally aware if we make the effort to do so. So, I've been having some experiences. Not all of them are experiences like this. I share some of them with you, right? But it wasn't last night. It was on the day before yesterday. But I decided to record the video today. And I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but just for you to have an idea. This one, I wasn't aware. I wasn't fully aware, conscious. It wasn't a lucid astral projection like 100% of the time. But I realized it was because I've been able to look at people and see more details. I've been training my mind to do that, because during astral projections, when you start looking at people and then you realize you don't really know them, and sometimes you realize they're fooling you, sometimes they're pretending to be somebody they're not, just to, I don't know, maybe to fool you or to get some of your energy, I don't know. There are many different cases, right? But I've been able to look at people. And especially in these dimensions, these lower dimensions, you see that their bodies are not okay, and it's a reflection of their state of consciousness. Sometimes they're not even aware that they're something weird's going on there, And if you have your experiences, you will see some. It's sad, And there are many different levels, There are spirits that are not. They're okay, and they can be manifesting in a lower vibration. Okay, so there are many different cases, but I was like on a bus, and if you're Brazilian, if you watch Saulo, he always says that if you're on a bus trying to go back home, you're probably in an unconscious astral projection, and that what was going on there. And I even forgot that I was living here, that I had moved here, so I was trying to go back home to my address, to my old address. And then I noticed that the bus wasn't going on the right way, and I was like, okay, this is I'm not in my body, this is an astral projection. And then people left the bus, and it was only me and the driver. And it was a woman, and she wasn't really alright, and I talked to her a little bit. And yeah, and she really told me that I don't remember exactly what I said, but she said something like, I'm not so aware. And she was like, how can I explain that? She was kind of numb, She knew that she wasn't fully aware, that she wasn't really conscious, because I told her something about her. And she was like, I don't really know, I'm not really conscious, my level of awareness isn't really, she was like this. And then I didn't feel like I was supposed to do something at that time, because sometimes I know that I'm supposed to help specific people, but I didn't have that feeling at that moment, so I kind of respected it. And I was like, oh, and then she had parked the bus. It was like the end of the ride, something like that. And okay, and I just set up, because sometimes I don't like to tell people that I am out of my body. Sometimes I do when I feel like I should, but I just felt like I shouldn't, so sometimes I even pretend that I'm unconscious, so I can get out of situations, without causing any trouble. So, having any trouble, you got it right. So I just said that I'm gonna walk outside a little bit. And then I left the bus, and it was like the end of the ride, right? That was probably the destination, I don't know. So, and then I left the bus, and I started walking around. It was like a city, and there was a building and a hall, and people they were kind of living their lives, and there was food, and some of them, they were even talking to one another. They didn't seem to be, some of them, they even seemed to be having fun, some sort of fun, but they weren't fully aware. But they were I just can't get the word right now in English, even in Portuguese, I don't know. But it was in a comfort zone, They thought that was reality, and that's it. And I was walking around and observing their behavior, and I noticed that there was unconsciousness, And I visited other places. I've been visiting some places that I've been noticing that. The other date was a big resort, those hotels. And when you were inside, for me it wasn't okay. But for people that were there, because they couldn't notice it anymore, It's, yeah. So, and in that other experience, I started helping a guy wake up. Yeah, so it was a long experience. So, but just for you to notice that there are many different places that this kind of situation is going on. And then I was like walking around and I saw like there was a window, and I was like, I'm gonna leave this place. And then there was like a guy near the window, but it was big enough, so I was like, okay, I can go through that. And I went through it, and I left. And as I started flying, like going higher, you know, because when you were there, it seemed like there even seemed to be sunlight, you know what I mean? Or some sort of artificial life. It wasn't dark. But when I went up, that was like, I wasn't scared, but that was scary, you know? I wasn't, yeah, I was okay. I was like, I was aware. The more aware you are, I think the less afraid you get. But I went up, and what I saw was that it was like a terrible atmosphere. There was like this reddish smoke, you know, around the whole place. There was another building with big, huge eye, ugly eye. That was like, we're watching something like that. And it was like, those people were unconscious, and there was this environment to make them believe that it was okay, but they didn't let them be fully aware at all. And these people, they were like in control of the situation, you know, because what do they get, you know, their energy, and being in control is something deeper, you know, because if you have people, the way people behave affects the reality. And if you keep them unconscious, and you want them to be unconscious, you know, you're kind of manipulating reality to be the way you wish. And what this person wishes, what does this person want? This person or these people, you know, they want reality to be this way because they don't want to change, and they don't want to change, and they don't want reality to change. You know what I mean? But this is not good. And you and I, we know that. And I just like to tell you that this is happening. There are many good things happening. There are like higher dimensions. There are good people working 24/7 to make things better, and things are getting better. But I just like to say that there's still a lot of work to be done. And this seems to be like a little astral projection story that like we shouldn't worry about it, but think about it. These people are people who have lived here on Earth, and they were unconscious, and they had their like issues that made them to be that way, and to be in a certain like specific situation that made them end up in these places. And these people are people like, you know, it could be a person that you see walking on the street. I'm not saying that everybody will go to these places, you know what I mean? But I just like to, it's a reminder. And I've decided that I'm not gonna avoid this kind of subject anymore, because I think it is important. I don't want anybody to be afraid, but I just want people to know what is going on. And if you can help, please help. And what is helping? Like, work on your level of awareness, because it matters. Okay, and there are people who want you to be unconscious. Don't please them. Okay? And do your job to make this reality a better one, because we have the power to affect our realities. And there are people who don't want you to know that. So I'm so glad you've made it up to here. I really hope this video helped you somehow. If you have any comments, any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. And if you like the video, leave a thumbs up, share it with a friend who you think is gonna enjoy watching it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It really helps us. It really helps the channel grow, and you will get, if you activate the notification bell, right, you will get all the notifications whenever there's a new video out. Right, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.